It doesn't matter. I gotta go to the pharmacy to see if I can give you something.
Okay, so everybody needs to hit
Outage or leave memory.
continue. Hit continue.
Get it. Continue.
Continue.
Or got it. Mine says got it.
Or got it.
Yeah, got it. Fantastic.
Okay.
We are here. Fantastic. Here we are. So
yay,
anything
here we are.
Anything specific that we're working today? Any questions?
I think the continuing of what we were working with the last time, which is great.
So we will start with the fountain, I guess. No?
Yeah.
Yes. Carolina, I think that I wonder if you can go a little tiny bit more back.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand.
Oh, you're gonna stand? Okay. I can stand too if you want me to.
Is that okay? Is this good?
Yeah, that would be okay. That would be fantastic. You can stand. Perfect. And Nancy and I will sit down for the person, then we'll stand.
Okay.
We can do it together.
And I'll stand up with
Nancy. You're in a good place.
I'll stand up too.
Yeah, we will start with the fountain, right?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks good. It looks fantastic. All right, let's do it. Let me go into starting 0 point, of course. All right. Beautiful. Lovely. Remember that when you are in 0 point, the back of the room is as important as the front of the room. I know you look into the camera and everything, so it's kind of strange because when we do that, automatically we go a little bit out of it, but it's okay. Wonderful. So we're going to start. I'm just going to go a little bit here and receiving to start in 0 point, and I'm going to count 5, 6, 7, and 8. Start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Very gently come back to 0 point for a moment. Just be, Ellen, I think I need you to centralize yourself a little bit different because you are more to the left of the camera than to the right. So you are more exactly going in that and to the right. Yeah, right. No. Standing is good. It's the way you relate exactly, because I think that I'm not sure that when you go into the fountain, when you get here, you're at one arm is lower than the other.
Oh, okay.
So I want to make
Somebody's
sure.
coming in. Oh, Beverly. Good for Beverly.
Beverly, the great Beverly.
The great Beverly.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful.
Coming in.
Hi, darling.
Woo!
Hi, guys.
Hi, darling. Darling, nice to see you.
It took me forever to get on today.
Oh.
It's
So,
okay.
so we're just gonna do some movement, Beverly. So get yourself wherever you need to be to move.
I am here. I am ready.
Fantastic.
You could do it sitting or standing, whatever works.
Carolina, when you get to at the level of self, there is a moment that when you're descending, the descending start when you're extending very gently through the whole arm as you go up into crown. So then it is that the arm descends and extends and descends, and you ascend at the same time. Because I think right now, let me see where you are in the south, and then, yeah, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Wonderful. Then, tell me if there's any questions about it, okay? Yeah, right there, right there. 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. When you're descending from self, and you're descending, ascending, remember that your arm is going to become three-dimensional and a little rotation. So you're not going down with the arm, or you're not twisting it. You're descending through the energy. So the last frame of energy, when you get to 0 point, is the beginning of the fountain. So let's do it again from the fountain, okay? The last frame of motion of 0 point balance is the beginning of the fountain. So let me see, if you are arriving to the 0 point from self, right? If you are in self, let's just see for a second. If we are in self, the connection of self, and we're going to use 4 counts to get down to go 0 point. And then in the moment that they arrive to 0 point, the next frame as continuity is the fountain. So we are in beautiful in self. 5, 6, 7, and 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that will become the beginning. Let's do it again, because you know what I mean? Is from self, we're going to do the last part of the fountain. Yeah, they're descending, ascending, and then when we get to 0 point, what we're going to find out is what is the moment that I arrive to 0 point, because that's the beginning of the fountain, before I go all the way down, from which I cannot find the fountain, because we're getting the continuity of it. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Let's do it again from. Let's do it from the fountain. Let's do it from the whole fountain, because it creates complexity. Let's do it from the fountain. Okay, so I'm going to start 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go around for a second, and let's come back and say we're going to do it again. There. How was that? It's clear. Can you feel where's the last frame that you arrive to 0 to start in the foundation and going into the ground now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear. Ellen, it's good. Ellen, do the first part of the fountain for a moment for me. Starting 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. When you are in self, the 6 is almost like you're going forward a little bit in order not to go down. So it's like you're extending the energy inside of your arm as you are ascending into the ground. So you are not going down with the arm. You are extending the energy in your arm as you ascending into the ground. So let me see what that is for you right there. 1. Very good. Very good. Yeah, fantastic. Let me just for a second here to tell you, because it's tricky. Let me see if I can move this thing back so you can see what it is that I'm telling you about it. You are and self. You are in self right here, right? Shoot. You are in self right there, right there. And now you see you are extending into the arm as you're ascending into the crown. So the energy of your arm goes inside of the arm. It's not that it goes down from the arm. So it extends inside of the wave of the arm as it descends so you can get up. Exactly. And the last frame becomes right that place.
It becomes a new wave. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right there. Exactly. Now you have to be careful that you don't create so much wave that it take you up, but just allow the wave to descend with you. And then the end of the wave is the beginning of the fountain.
Yeah.
Now, when you start the fountain, you have to remember that even though you start with one arm, make sure that the arm that you start doesn't disconnect the arm that you seemingly is moving, staying stationary. Yeah. So now you're just thinking about the arm, just thinking the fountain immediately is connected inside of your heart, because when you write the 0 point, you are already inside of your heart.
Yeah.
Even though you are in the vertical, you know? So the heart is the beginning of the fountain. Shall we do it again then now from there? It's okay?
Yeah.
Let's do it again. Let's do the 2 sets of it. Beautiful. The chair is in the way? No. Yeah, the chairs. You don't see my other chairs. So yeah, fantastic, fantastic. Wonderful. Let's find a second to 0.5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Again, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. This is the last 7 and the 8 and the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And rest just for a moment. Let's go back to 0.1. Do you have a chair close to you for a moment? Can you, yes, if you can just want to be comfortable, just put the chair, sit down for a second, so then we can just get into it. Let's do it again. But I wanted to tell you things that I want you to clarify. Ellen, I'm not sure, and I think that everyone, when you get to central crown, and you start the encircling the spiral, yes. When you start encircling the spiral, there is a moment in the left arm that all of a sudden you want to go down with it instead of continue going around your shoulders to take you into the heart. So when you start the spiral, you go around with the arm, exactly, right there, wonderful. Because the tendency that the left arm wants to get lost inside of the suspension of the heart. Beautiful, perfect. I want you to feel too that when you are in the central heart, that the movement, moving heart, right? Moving heart. When you are in moving heart, that the motion begins at the pelvic floor. And the beginning of the motion begins at the pelvic floor, even though the first impulse already extend you inside of your arm to take you back into central crown. So don't begin in your arm, begin in the pelvic floor. Exactly, Carolina, that was good. Let me see, Beverly, when you are in central heart, and then you begin exactly. Beautiful. And the moment that once you begin in the pelvic floor, Once you begin in the pelvic floor and you start ascending, there's going to be a very important moment from the pelvic floor, from moving hard, as you're ascending, that the throat and your chin and your neck engage to take you up into central crown. Because you're following your arms and you are, sometimes I don't see that you're moving through the center of your throat in the center of your head when you get to central crown, right there. Perfect. And that will become the beginning of wonderful. There we go.
Wow, that was much different. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Elaine?
That was a lot different, engaging in there, in the neck and the head and everything.
Yes, because remember that you're moving when you get to central crown, you're moving through the center of yourself. It's not that you're going up with your, with your neck and your head. It's the whole center becomes elongated inside of the elongation of the central crown.
I mean, it's interesting because I think there's like this thing where I do it, but I'm not completely conscious that I'm doing it. So there's not that like complete connection necessarily. I mean, that's what I've been doing, but the consciousness about doing it is different. You know what I mean?
The consciousness that you are doing it is the self in you. There are three parts of yourself, which is that you're going through the mechanics and you understand the mechanics, you understand the flow, you understand the center of a space, you know, now you're getting to understand more. But then the self is the one who lets you know in you, because you know if you're in yourself because you are in the center of you. You are not just giving yourself up. You are through the center of you going to central crown. And that will elongate your abdominals.
Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. There is a moment, Beverly, when you start the fountain from 0 point, there is a tendency that you want to start the fountain in one arm, but the other arm wants to go back in order to give you that balance. And I want you to think that the extension of the fountain comes inside of the other arm. Even the other arm is the second to go, is still connected to the arm to initiate the fountain. So start with the, exactly. So now, Beverly, do it again from the beginning of that place. And you will notice that when you start right there, there is a part of you who wants to think about, okay, I'm going at the half of me. Right. What about the other half of you that is still connected, even though it's going to be the second part of the fountain?
So when does that second hand start?
The second hand start once you feel that the extension of your heart is taking over, right there. That's the other one. Exactly. Exactly. So you have
then what?
Yeah.
At what count do we get up here?
When you get there, is that the two things are happening. The spiral began in the center of your head also begins to become around to take you through the circle to moving heart.
That's
so
5
movements that you're doing. Yeah.
5 up here.
6.
Exactly. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen with you when you practice a little bit and now then is let me see for a second. If you need rest, just rest, okay, for a second. But now what's going to happen is that once you connect to the spiral that is going to take you moving hard to moving hard, remember that the spiral is actually the natural corresponding movement of the head, the neck, and yourself when you're moving down. Because I have the feeling that now you're bringing your arms down, but you are not coordinating the planes that correspond to the diamond with the movement of the head and the crown and the throat.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean a little bit?
Yeah. So I bring down
exactly that angle. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Much better. You can have more intention. Beverly, when you get to go to central crown from moving heart, have an intention that you are extending inside of your arm at the same time that you're going right and left. Because I have the feeling that you're moving the lower arm, but you're not extending inside of you to get to central crown. Not that you have to go high, but it's that you are extending inside of you. Exactly, right there, okay? Wonderful. Just what I'm asking you that when you start the fountain and you connect one aspect of the fountain, the other one is already inside of you. So you already are inside of two lines inside of you that is taking you to moving hard, and then it will take you to central crown. Yeah, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right there, 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 right there. Good, 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 good. Beautiful. Remember, Nancy, that when you descend into self, the moment that you arrive into self, you are not going to be looking down. You're going to be looking exactly through the horizontal plane. So be careful that you don't look down when you get to self.
Okay.
Yeah, so the level of self is actually exactly. And Beverly, important for you to when you get time to practice in the chair a little bit, that the central heart is not directed forward from your spine. It's not directed forward. It's actually the centralization of the entire rib cage and your entire self. Exactly. And then that exactly, because there's a moment, Beverly, that the elbow wants to go down here, you see, want to go down, and you don't want that. You wanted the elbow to be suspending your heart, so you have to go higher in the elbow. See the distance that I have between my elbow and self here?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 4 or 5 inches or more. It's not that I'm here, you see, I am at the center of my rib cage. Exactly. And then at the center of the rib cage, Carolina, your hands rotate a little bit, like facing diagonal. So then exactly, just a little bit too much, a little bit right there, because then you have the scapula as well, you see? In that moment, you have the scapula, you have the chest, you have everything. And that is when you're extending the wave as you're descending to come back to 0 point. Yeah?
Christian, for me, it's here, or is it here?
Or what?
Or not up here? This is I'm lifting my shoulders, right?
I think it's a little bit too much. Yeah, right now you tell me it's here. You see, it's here. That's what you're telling me. So just observe for a moment. You see, it is actually here, not here, here. It's the point that connects above and below. At the center connects up front and back.
So,
Front and back will be,
so it's not here, but
it exactly. That's the reason that I was asking Carolina to rotate the hand a little bit, because then through the hands, you are opening the scapula a little bit without making force down. But that's what it is. And that's why you're extending through it. Yeah? Wonderful. Let yourself for a second, just be for a second. That's it. That's it, Carolina. So you understanding, Beverly, what you're understanding that it's okay. You can just be who you are. You see how open are my elbows? Look what's happening now. You see, I went under into the shoulder, and I went under behind me. So the connection of your earth, that will be the self. That will be exactly, and that will be the extension from which you're extending through it to descending into. Yeah, that's beautiful. Ellen, that's good. It's clear now.
yeah.
Wonderful, fantastic. Okay, let me see right there, and then descending, ascending. Go right there. Yeah, fantastic. So it's good for you to say, okay, I'm going to descend and ascend, and you have to say, okay, yeah, right moment. You know the last moment before the shoulder girdle is going to rest upon you. So before the shoulder girdle rests upon you, which is connected to your heart, is where the fountain begins. So that's why you have to find that moment in which that movement seemingly completed, exactly, seemingly completed cell, and the other one becomes the extension. Yeah, beautiful. And then Nancy, I would like you to find also that when you come back when you are from central crown, and then you are in the circling of the spiral, there is a moment that you want to do something, embellishing something with your hand. No, just connect through the energy of your hand to take you to the heart, because the hands wants to break the energy when you're moving from right there, and then the left arm is the arm right there. Wonderful. Nancy, the left arm is perfect. When the left arm creates the circle through the hand to go to the heart, but the right arm, when it gets into the continuation, excuse me, when you start getting here, it wants to create this thing under. I want you to follow that circle completely around to take you to the heart, to engage under your arms. So don't break the wrist when you go from central crown. Exactly, right there. Fantastic, fantastic, beautiful. Right there, good, Nancy. Creating a circle, creating a circle, creating a circle. Right there, come to this, and that will be the circle. And that's where you get out from there. Yay, fantastic, perfect, perfect, beautiful. Yay, perfect, perfect, perfect. You got it. You got it. Yeah, Nancy, can you feel the difference a little bit?
I do. I feel the definite difference.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
This was out of control. And this one.
It was a little bit of control. Yeah, you were embellishing it. And
Yeah.
naturally, you were embellishing it.
Right.
And you don't want to embellish it. You just want to connect it. Because the connection is the embellishment. And the other one is not the connection. The embellishment is not the connection. Let me see. Fantastic. You're doing absolutely perfect. What am I needing to tell you? Something. Okay. What I need you to work is that when you go from moving hard and you come in from the pelvic floor and you're extending through the wave of your arms, taking you through it, the way that connects through it engages your face, the third eye, and the crown as you get up. Because I have the feeling that there's a moment that your face want to stay stationary and you want to bring your arms up. And you can't do it. You have to engage every muscle of your face into the central crown. Exactly, right there. Exactly, Carolina, right there, right there, right there, right there. And then elongate it. Beautiful, beautiful. It's perfect. Ellen, it's good now, but you have to be careful now that from here, you are not going to create another wave.
Okay,
Because the wave is already in your heart. So you just have to follow that wave in your heart and it will take you to 0 point. Exactly. It's much more simple than what you think it is.
okay.
That is a perfect place for 0 point. For 0 point at Beverly now. When you're arriving to 0 point and you just went to the inflowing wave from there right now. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Beautiful. Beverly, it's good. It's fantastic, wonderful. When you get to 0 point, and if you're going to go to the inflowing wave now, when you start the inflowing wave, let the rib cage engage too, because it's almost like a tendency that you want to bring your arm toward the suspended wave, but you want to leave the rib cage like a little bit like stationary. No, I want you to engage all the 12 ribs to get you back into suspended balance before you come back to 0 point. Exactly, exactly, exactly. So beautiful. And then what I want you, once you get to suspended wave right here, remember when I said to you that when you get to self, you are extending through the wave of the arm as you're extending through the wave of the spine. The same as when you get to suspended balance, you are extending through the wave of the arm as you create the inner arc inside of the spine. So there is a connection of a wave inside of that place and that place and that place. We got it. You got it. Yeah. We're going from you practice now in the 0 point. The unity in motion. Yeah. You want me to? Shall we do a unity in motion for a while? Let's do one set of the fountain, the left and the right, and then let's continue with unity in motion. You can do it seated or you can do it extended, whatever way you want to. Okay. Beautiful. Let's do it. I don't know if I. You won't be able to see me from the.
But you're fine, whatever.
Yeah. But okay, we're gonna start in 0 point. Lovely. Lovely. Beautiful. I want you to feel something for me, okay? Just before, for a moment, okay? Just, I'm sorry. I want you to feel like when you are in 0 point, I don't know if you can see me there. It's very important what I'm telling you. When you are in 0 point and you practice, when you define 0 point, the third finger of your hand, the connection of your arm, is actually the crown, even though you are in 0 point. So don't think that you are standing here and you're just finding 0 point standing. You're finding the connection between your fingers and the crown and the floor. So that will become your connection to beginning of the fountain. Yeah, beautiful, much clear. Yes, absolutely. Just for a moment, let me look at you for you. That's perfect connection. Let me see. That's good. And that's a perfect connection. That will be wonderful. Now, I want you to notice for a little bit, Beverly, that the right hand, the wrist is different than the left one. Exactly. Make sure that both arms are equal, because that's the way you get to your neck and your rib cage when you are in 0 point. Fantastic. Are you good? Beautiful. Carolina, that's good. Carolina, it's good. I want you to know, just for a few seconds, just to be with me. You are more in the right back side of your hip than in the left back side of your hip. So how do you're more in that area than in the other one when you are defining 0 point. Can you bring the left side to be equally high as it is the right? And you, right there, and that will change your arm. That will change the left arm. That will change your left. Exactly, right there.
I go this way?
For now, until you get to see that the left hand doesn't go in, the left leg doesn't go into the hip. And that will change your arm. You see it, the right arm has more energy than the left arm.
That's right.
And your sensation, right there. Exactly. So then the both arm will help you the center of the hip, at the center of the left side of your hip. Right there. So it's going to be.
I don't see what I did.
What are you doing? Okay, so let me see if I can show you a little bit so you can see it just a little bit. Then when you're defining 0 point, right now, this arm is totally connected, but this one is a little bit, the hips go a little bit down here and creates a different energy. You see, this energy is totally connected. This one is a little bit like that.
Yeah, I've always known that.
I'm sorry?
I've always known that there was a difference between this and this.
Yeah, but
I haven't known what to do about it.
It's not in your arms, it's in the hip. So if you're thinking about, okay, I need to get in the center of the hip, then both arms are going to get the energy. But if you're thinking it's just the arm, you're not going to be able to find it, because the pedestal is creating that different sensation in your arm.
All right. So how do I find it?
So go a little bit, go in top of the right hip right now. Yeah, go right there, exactly. Go in and stay in top of the hip, the right hip, and then find the left one right there. You're perfect. Find the left one, then from there, from that placement in the right hip. Because the left knee doesn't want to be as connected as the right. A little bit at a time. Just do it a little bit at a time. That's it. You got it. That's the way you start. So you're going to notice that the energy of the right arm is different than the left arm. And right now it's better because the left is more connected when you start the fountain. Beautiful. You're clear? Yeah. Right there. It's right there. It's going to be a little bit weird in the beginning because it makes you feel like you're topsy-turvy, but you're not. Yeah, wonderful. You're just repairing the symmetry of it. Wonderful. So shall we do the fountain then, and then we'll continue on 0 point? Wonderful.
I feel a difference, Christian.
Yeah.
I feel a difference between my left side and my right side.
You feeling the difference?
I can feel the difference, right? I can see.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this area, right here, right there. So, but it's much better right now, exactly. And then when you get to balance it like you're doing right now, you're going to be engaging the back of the rib cage, the back of the left side of the rib cage a little bit more. And that will help your hip and your lower back because you're engaging the back of you instead of just leaving the spine going down. You're engaging.
Sit up by engaging?
I'm sorry?
How do you mean by engaging?
Engaging means that it comes into the sensation of yourself, that once the arm begins to be balanced, the left and the right, it engages the sensation of the rib cage. If one arm is not as even, let's say for the right one, the left one is more than the other one, then this area here is that area is going down in the rib cage instead of lifting at the same time. So through the sensation of your arms, you are assisting the back of the rib cage and the vertebrae to be able to start opening by being symmetrical. Exactly, right there, Beverly, you got it. Yes, beautiful. That's it, that's it. Are you okay, Nancy? Can you feel a little bit there?
I do, I feel it. I feel it. Is that better?
Yes, it's better. Right now, it's good. Just
I
it's
feel
from
more
the
energy. I feel more energy over here. on the-
yes, yeah. But then when you watch the video, you will see that when you equalize the energy of the left arm, the way you're doing now, you're doing it by lifting the left side of your shoulder a little bit. But don't make a big deal. Just allow that you can connect to your arm without lifting the left shoulder, allowing the shoulder to go sideways. Right there, you got it. You got it. You will see it in the video when you see it. So that will become the beginning of the fountain or the beginning of the wave for you. Okay. So shall we do it? Shall we do it? Exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fantastic. You're making changes right away. So let's do one set of the fountain and then the flowing wave. Beautiful. 5, 6, and now for a moment, 7 and 8. And we go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Inflowing, gathering the wave. 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 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 2, 3. We're going to central hug. Central hug. 2, 3 and 4. Ascending through centers. 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. And this is where you pay attention to the elbows. They are equal. Equal. Right there. 4. Descending. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. I'm doing this one again. Okay. From foundation, we go to central hug. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. Perfect. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1. We go to the third movement, which is suspended diamond. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. We're going to do this one again. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Complete. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. We go into central heart, central crown. 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7 and 8. I'm going to touching balance. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 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 I'm going to do it again, just touching balance, okay? 1 and 2, bending the left knee, the right knee equally. 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, and going to infinity. 4, 1 and 2, changing up 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Complete very gently and 0 for balance. 0 for just for a moment. Let's go back for a second. Let me see. Let's go back for a moment. If you need it, just very comfortably, just sit down in a place of between 0 point and between 0 point and comfortably sitting, so we can pay attention and just softly, very gently.
I don't want to sit down now because I'm going to lose my left
You lose that
leg.
connection. Okay, just it's okay.
That was amazing. See, I've always known for many years that this side, I feel this side, and this side has been a shadow, kind of like, in my
Yeah.
sensation.
Yes.
And I see now, I believe that with that little adjustment, this is going away.
The energy is going to go directly to the arm. It's not, so the arm is not going to go back a little bit, because otherwise this arm is totally connected energetically, and this one goes a little bit back because the placement in the hip is a little bit like topsy-turvy. So
Yeah.
when you connect the hip, then the energy automatically, which is the direction, the energy is the direction, will go to your arm directly. See, yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, but it's been a total mental sensation also of having this. So if I check in,
Yeah.
if I'm not checking in,
Yeah, absolutely.
but if I check in, I realize that this side of my body is very present, and this side has been like the shadow side.
Yeah, we all have that. We all have a some degree and more development in one side of the brain than the other one. But then when you equalize it and activate the other area, and then the part that was overworking becomes balanced by the place that it wasn't as working as much. So everything becomes together in that sense. Wonderful. So now, let me see for a moment. You're doing absolutely wonderful. And I know that you're doing it in the practice. When you practice, make sure that you're always passing through the center of yourself. So then when you're passing through the center of yourself, when you're ascending, ascension is now becoming a clear line inside of you. So it's kind of a weird a little bit, because usually when we are accustomed to look forward, you know what I mean? Like I say, for example, I'm in crown and I look forward. You see the way my face is right now? And crown is not looking forward. Look, crown is really actually inside of me when I write to crown. It's inside of my crown. So 1, 2, 3, and right there. It's not right here, see? So it is inside of you, right there. And that's the sphere that it will take you into suspended wave to get you into it, yeah? Fantastic. Now, what I want you to also refine, it is difficult what I'm asking you to do, but it's not difficult of doing, it's difficult a little bit to perceive it. Once you touch suspended balance, you see you're entering the wave of your arm. By descending, you're entering the wave of your arm right there that is taking you to foundation and then out into crown. It's not that your arms are going to go down. It's that you enter the wave that is going to take you to foundation to taking you out into crown. Yeah, exactly. Because I have the feeling that there is a tendency that you're thinking that you're going to go down with the arms. Exact, much better, much better, much better. Let me see if I can get away. See, let's say that I go to the camera right now and that I'm higher, okay? But look, I'm going to enter the wave. I'm going to enter the wave of my arms in order to go down. I'm not going to go down. I'm going to enter the wave around to bring me into foundation, to take me out. So it's a wave inside of you that you're entering. Yes, all the time. Yeah. The descending, ascending wave from suspended balance we're talking about. Yes, absolutely. You got it. You got it. Okay, so are we good? Shall we do it again? I'm sorry I made the mistake. We do one set of the fountain of life, the free unity and motion, central heart, suspended balance, suspended diamond, central crown, the last part of the wave, and then we go to the outer mandala, right? I'm sorry I made a mistake. And then after we finish the outer mandala is when we go touching.
Okay.
Yeah? So we just keep it clear. Shall we do it together? One. I'm sorry that I made a mistake.
Oh, no worries.
I will get it.
It was perfect. It was perfect, Christy. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Beautiful. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Better. And 8. Wonderful, Carol. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Gather in the way. 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. This is the last one. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1. Now will take me to the central heart. 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Central heart descending. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. I'm going to do central heart again. Okay, 4, 1 and 2, 3, and from the pelvic floor, you're ascending, and the arms, the wave of the arms is going to get you to central heart right there. And then central heart is going to give you the time if you need to jump the pelvis, the head, the center of your face. Where are you in it? In the center of the space, right there, and then descending. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Outflowing wave. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Fantastic. 1 and 2, 3. Now it's going to ascend through the center to the wave from delicate heart to right there, and then descending. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. I'm going to do that one more time because you get in the wave now to ascend and descend to suspended diamond. 1, 2, 3. Right there. 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3. And now I'm going to go all the way up to the fountain, right? This is the last part of from central crown, central heart. 1, central crown. 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. I'm going to do the whole fountain now. The whole fountain, excuse me, the whole Area Mandala. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 solar plexus. 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And that's when I'm going to touch now. I'm going to go touching balance. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Open the heart. 3 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. Stay there for a while. We're going to stay. Yes, but make sure that each part of your hip, the left, the right, and the left foot of your feet is all connected inside of here, extending. Yay! And now come down. It's a workout, this one, because you have to have all the polarities and you. Yeah, 3 and 4. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Just softly release. Just shake a little bit for a moment. And just let it go. 1. How was that?
That was amazing.
It's okay. Are you right? Are you right? Beautiful. Very good. Just comfortable. You need to just relax for a moment. Are you getting standing for a moment? Okay, we go. Just sit down for a moment. I just want to show you something, if you don't mind. I want to show you this. Let me see. This part. This. You have this graphic. I want you to, when you get the chance, I don't know if you have the graphic to observe. There is a part in the graphic right here that I don't know if you can see it correctly. Yeah.
Good.
This is the line of your arms and 0 point. The third finger is painted green here because of that, the third finger of your hand in 0 point or in seated 0 point or standing 0 point, it has all the connection to the crown already. So you are inside of the crown here. So when you begin the motion, if you are in the chair, you are already inside of the 7 centers. It's not that you bring your arms up into the heart. You're already inside of the heart there. Now, this line that you see, the green line here, a little bit, I don't know if you can see it, it's very delicate. This line, it will be the line of your neck too. It's called the sagittal plane or coronal plane. And it's the side of you that you are constantly activating when you do the motion. So yourself is in the center of the movement. It's not in the surface only of the face. It's inside of the movement at the same time that you are outside in space. So it's complex because it's not that your awareness is inside of you and outside of space only. It's that the center of you is inside of you at the same time that you are outside in space. That's where you merge in the in and the out. And yeah, so that is something that I would like you to contemplate when we practice that a little bit. Let's for 3 seconds. Yeah, you have questions about this? Is delicate when I'm asking you. Yeah, somebody's asking questions.
I am.
Yeah, Nancy, you're fantastic.
The inner space and the outer are at the same time. Is that it? It's not the
Yes,
inner and
the self and you exist in the center of the inner space and the connection with the outer space. The outer space is everything. The outer space would be like the sphere of life, right?
You're talking about every movement?
Every single movement, every connection, every single path. You putting yourself constantly inside of the space, in center of the space, at the same time that the outside of the space is connecting to you.
Right, okay, thank you.
Yeah, every single moment. And it's okay, it's difficult because the conceptual part of the mind will like to do it. So the mind is a little bit observing it at the same time that you're doing it. And it's good in the beginning because it helps you. But then you begin to recognize that the mind doesn't observe what you're doing. It's really actually inside of you, experiencing going up and down or all the direction, but from the center of your mind, not from the forward aspect of the linear mind.
In other words,
mind.
in the doing of it, you're in the center.
You are in the center. You are in the center of your own physical self. You are the center of the way, which is the energy, and you are in the center of a space. So the structural relationship, the energetic relationship, and the center of the space is actually yourself, the mind, interconnecting with the space, so the space interconnects with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. It's like a mold then you are connected every moment, and it connects to you as you connect with it.
Do you,
Yes, so
you
that-
get it best by closing your eyes? Closing your eyes?
It will help you. It will help you. And if it help you, it will be good. There was one person that he said, I can only do it with my eyes closed. So I said, okay, do it with your eyes closed. That's good in the beginning. But then eventually you can do it with your eyes open, because the eyes open will be the fourth dimension. You know what I mean? The eyes open will be the fourth dimension, because it will be 3 dimensions. It will be the experience of the sphere of life, right? Fourth dimension will be that you are actually present at the same time that you are inside and outside and outside and in. You are in.
You be
You are
present
right
with your
here.
eyes closed?
Yeah, but Nancy, yes, do it with your eyes closed in the beginning, because then your mind doesn't play tricks on you. You can just recognize it. But then you do it with your eyes open. Yeah,
I see.
the time comes. It
All
doesn't
right.
matter. Right now, it's for you. So anyway, any questions about it? I think that what's happening is that you getting to understand that when you get into 0 point balance, when you get into crown, when you get into crown, I need you to begin to sense that crown, or either 0 point, the 0 point of you is actually the entire formation of you, the inside and the outside at the same time. So that's where you're there. So you are not 0 point. I am not here doing 0 point. I am the connections of all the connections at the same time. That's where you practice to be connected all the time in 0 point, means that the inside and the outside are simultaneous with you. And the outside wants to connect you. It's only that it depends on you. You are the one who is going to go the out to connect you, because the out is always there for you. It's only that the in, it may not really yet match the out, but it's simple, because they're always waiting for you. So what you're learning today, the 0 point, is actually the definition of your entire sense of self inside of yourself. You're also learning that there are 3 senses, 3 parts of you. The part that is the biomechanical, the part that is energetic, and the part that is spatial. And then the real you is the one who understands those 3 and put them in context. Yeah, and right now you are sometimes into the 3, but are just beginning to become aware that the 3 are you, and the you are the one who is coming out now. It's the one who called the shots, the boss, so to speak. So that's what you're learning today.
Christian, when you say spatial, what do you
Spatial
mean?
comes-
You mean both inner and outer?
what I
The word
mean is-
spatial means
Spatial means space. The space is
in the
around
space.
the space.
I'm
The
starting
out-
to think of 360 degrees.
Yes, there's 360 degrees of a space that embrace you from all directions of a space. Yeah,
Okay.
and then the metrics, which is that, the direction that you have, the metrics right here,
Mhm.
right there, all these directions, right and left, right and left, right and left, the diagonals, and all the directions of the anatomical planes, and the center is the inner space that correspond to the outer space. And what I mean by inner space, that the metrics are spatial relationships inside of your body.
Oh, okay.
What I mean? Our directions are invisible spatial directions, geometric directions, that then assist the skeleton to be suspended in the center of a space. And then when that metrics become clear in you, which is already happening, the outer metrics, which will be a space, is the same. It's going to come and get you, because they are simultaneous. The inner and the outer are simultaneous with the center of life. That's the law. There's nothing, nobody can change it that way. So that's what you're learning, to put the inner and the out at the same time. Now, space, what you mean? Yeah, go ahead, Danny, I'm sorry. A question? No?
All space, the outer is all space. It's nothing, it's past your body.
The outer is all infinite space. It's the space in which the universe is expanding into infinity. Everything is made up of space. You have heard that before. The physicists tell us that 90% is all space. It doesn't matter, but you understand the outer is the 6 directions of a space, from all directions of a space, engaging you
and supporting you as you're placing yourself from the inner space. The inner space are the relationships of the metrics.
Okay.
The relationship and yeah. So it's not like you just hear and said, okay, the inner space. No, it's the way that you sensing yourself inside of you that allows you to connect with the outer form. So that's what you're refining, the sensation of yourself. Yeah, which is the energy that we call it. Is that clear for you a little bit? Any questions about that? We'll do this one more time and then we'll continue. Yeah. Ellen, how is Ellen? Is okay?
So the way I'm beginning to sense it, Christian, is that it's the movement inside the the flow of me.
Yeah.
Is the actual understanding of it.
Yes.
So it's not centered in my brain, it's centered in every part of me.
Perfect. You just said it. Wonderful. Yeah. Beautiful. And now what this is, so therefore we innocently or we disconnect you a little bit almost from the brain, because the brain wants to do the motion and say, okay, 0 point and this and that and that. But now you're to the point, okay, that all those connections are actually the center of you. They are not necessarily things that you do from the perspective of the mind. Your mind is the very thing that you're doing. And that's the way that you are connecting to it. Yeah.
Wow.
Clear. Yeah. The mind is the very thing that you're doing. Let me see. So are you good? Are you good? Let me just, before we go do one more time, just a little bit to tell you what it is that you're learning today. You're learning today, the most important thing is that you're learning that 0 point is the definition of your entire center of a space. And it's a little bit weird because the mind wants to think, okay, a little bit like the army. 0 point wants to think, okay, like the army, attention. Yeah, we do it not naturally. We don't do it on purpose. It's just that that's what we think of it. So yes, exactly, that's perfect. That's what already have changed, Carolina, for you. 0 point. Then when you're learning is that when you are in 0 point, your fingers, the 10 fingers of your hands, through the line of connection of your heart, is actually the line of connection to the crown, which is the center of your head. Yeah, and exactly. And then what is different is that if you give the motion forward, let's say, for example, if we're going to do the motion of offering expansion, we're going to do together offering expansion in a second. You see that your face and your entire mind is emoting that movement. So you are, it's not that the mind stay here and you do the motion, it's that every single frame is a change inside of your brain, inside of your mind, inside of everywhere. So you are actually not expressing the motion, but concording with the motion, connecting with the motion more than expressing it. Yeah, beautiful, perfect. So shall we do it one more time together, and then we're going to go through the moon, and we're going to go through offering self for a while, the free releases. Okay, wonderful. We'll do it together. It's okay.
Yeah,
that's it. Wonderful. Tell me if it's too much. We'll start resting for a moment. We go again in 0 point. Love. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Gather in the wave, 2, come back to me. 3 and 4. Now is when I go through the center of the space. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3, and beautiful, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Now the second movement, 2, which is central heart. Ascending through the wave of my arm, taking me through central heart. I unite the heart, and I have 4 counts to really make sure that I'm perfect and beautiful. Be careful with the left elbow, Beverly, that it wants to go down. Exactly, both together, descending. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to go to the suspended diamond. The suspended diamond is an explosion. When you get to the suspended, it's an explosion of the release of the flow. And then 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go to the fountain. 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to do the outer mandala. 1, in about it. 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 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 2. And now from foundation, the motion transports itself into the very gently bending of the knees, connecting through the angles of space in your arms. You arrive and come to right here at the release of the heart, beginning to go through the wave, and then we'll go 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, infinity. I'm stay here for a moment, right there. Be careful that you are in the center of the space in your rib cage, that you are not pushing up from the rib cage. You are out. Right there, right there. Ah, wonderful. I'm releasing very gently. The standard going down very gently. Wonderful, right there. Beautiful. Very gently, inflowing wave, very softly. Foundation, outflowing wave, and ground. All right. Release everything. We're good. Okay, now we're going to arrive against 0 point. And now what I would like to practice is the offering expansion, the movement of offering expansion, which is the last part of the offering of the second release, the release of touching balance. Yeah, very gently. Shall we just adjust the arms a little bit for now? Okay, so going to foundation, I'm ascending, you're going to, in offering the self completely until you're right to expansion. And then descending, and we do it 2 times, just softly. Let's do it. Just to open your heart and you open the chest, okay? We're starting from 0 point. We gather the wave, go to foundation, we ascending through the centers, and we offer through the radius of the circle of the heart. 6, 7, and 8. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3. I'm not in the ground. 4, 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. One last time. 1, and 2, 3, and 4. Offering self. 2. Offering expansion. Actually, yay! There, all the way to the opening and descending very gently into glory. Wonderful. Let the energy go. Let it just release for a moment. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Okay. I just need to just a little bit to assist you a little bit in here. The connection of expansion. The connection when you open the offering expansion. The moment that the completion of the movement, it's going to take a few inches. I don't know if you see it from the diagram. Let me see. That it is ends here. It doesn't end here. It ends in the direction right there. That's the direction that is going to take you through the center, descending through you. So you have to be careful that when you're offering himself, where is the moment that the rotation will take you to the opening that correspond to expansion? Opening, and correspond to expansion. Yeah, you're gonna write to expansion, not a sun, exactly, then descend. Let me see it one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4, descending from there. 2, 3, and 4. Wonderful. Okay, beautiful. One more time, Beverly. I know it's hard work, but that's the connection to your breast, into your arm. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, restful.
Am I going too high?
Yes, that's the reason. So now, listen, when you're open the movement, you're thinking that you're going to go this high and you're going to open it from the front.
Yeah.
Every single frame is right and left, front and back, right and front and back, right and left, front and back, right and left, front and back, right and left, until you're right to the center of expansion. So engage the entire wave of the arms as you're opening the energy. So let me see how you engage the energy of your arms. Continue. Yes. Engaging. Okay, yeah, right there. 1. Yes, much better. And then descending. Be gentle for a moment. That's good, Nancy, you're doing it. Can you feel it in your arms now, in your muscles of your arms?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, what happened is that I don't think that you are clear that it's not front, it is not sideways. Is the merging of both within every frame as you're opening. Exactly. And that ensures that every single muscle of your arms gets activated through the movement. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Yes. Yes, right there. There's the last part of the movement that it wants to use the spine to push back. And you cannot allow the spine to push back. You have to allow the spine to extend through you as you open. Got it. You got it. You got it. Fantastic. Fantastic. The most difficult part of the movement is when you open the movement, the most difficult part of the movement is those 6 inches or 8 inches that is going to take you to expansion. Because somehow you want to shorten it by going back, and you got to extend it completely through to make sure that you're opening from the center of you. Exactly. And by the time you get to expansion, you have to be careful, Beverly, that you are not in the sun. You are in expansion. This is the sun. It's a completely different sphere. The sun is a sphere, expansion is an arc. So facing that, exactly, that is the place that you are. Exactly. And Carolina, see now, when you get to expansion and you're descending from expansion, that's just the time that you have to be sure that you're on top of the hip when you descend. Because otherwise you want to extend the arms, but you're going behind your hip. So you're going to stay on top of your hip to descend to make sure that the hip goes up as you're descending. Exactly. So you are don't sit on the hip. It's like a tire in the sense that the down left lift you out once you pass through the center as you're descending. Let me see when you do. Yes, 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 right there. Fantastic. Can you feel it a little bit different? When you're descending from the hip up? You are not going down from the hip when you descend your arms, right? That the center lifts you. Beautiful. How was that? A lot of work, a little bit. I need you, Beverly, to massage a lot when you have time. Massage these muscles here under your arms, right here, those muscles here. Because what happens is you've been supporting your arms through your shoulders. You are not supporting your arms through the connection sometimes. We all do it. But all those muscles, we need to be re-engaged here because they don't want to connect through the entire arm. So you have to make sure that when you do the free offerings, the offering of self and the offering of expansion, the offering of heaven, then you are connecting all the movements through the arm. Exactly, right there. Yeah. And you have to massage it before and after so you don't get into pain tomorrow. Right there. Beautiful, beautiful. Right there, Carolina. Right there, 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 right there. That becomes the sphere. Exactly. You got it. Ellen, how is it? It's good?
It's good. So I was noticing that if I'm paying attention to my third finger again,
Yes.
it really helps me to be able to guide that.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
I'm in the center of myself when I'm doing it.
You just did it. Absolutely. You just did it also, Beverly, through the center of your finger. Yeah, fantastic. Wonderful. All right. We did well. We got wonderful. So when you're ready, just relax. Okay, so let's just very gently go back and just, if you need a moment just to be comfortable, sit down so we can just talk a little about what we learned today. We didn't do a lot of movement, but we did clarifications of motion, which was very important.
Great stuff.
We can go forever doing it, but if we don't know what we're refining, it's not as efficient as it could be. So when you're learning 0 point, you know, that the 0 point in your hands, remember that I'm telling you about the finger, you know, right here, it is actually the entire definition of the center of yourself. Yeah. It is and a little bit different because 0 point, remember when you have a 0 point, like the meditation, is easy because then you can go inside. But 0 point is the union between the inside and the outside at the same time. The center through you. That's the reason you define it. Yeah. Then what I need you to just when your home's at the, okay, my left arm comes from the right. So I can't just go the fountain, huh? Okay, the first motion, even though I begin with the right hand, it is reverberating in my left hand. So it's not that I'm doing it together, but the right come from the left and the left come from the right, and then they come together in the moment of symmetry and they become the central crown. Yeah. And then remember that you're learning that the circling of the spiral interconnected all the directions inside of your head. So your head goes from here in the spiral of the arm. It goes from here, 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 and it gets into the heart. So from here, you see the head start going and 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 going. And the directions in which your head is going from up all the way through is actually the plane in which the arms are moving inside of the spiral. So, yeah, so then the changing of your head is the plane, so that you're moving the spiral into the heart. Yeah. Then when you take the heart, beautiful. You take in the heart, you take it from the pelvic floor. Exactly. And you have to be very careful that when you go to again to central heart, central crown, that you don't lift the arms. You don't lift the arm. You go through the center of your arms. Exactly, through the center of your arms, and then to take you back into whatever you're going. Exactly, through the center of your finger, through the center of every, right there, and that will become in the center is exactly. So then when you're descending, it's not that you're bringing your arms down. No, every plane of your arms is through the center of your arms and is corresponding to the center coming back to self. Excuse me. It corresponding to half of the center coming back to self. But you never bring your arms down. You always move through the wave and space that is the natural extension of your arms. Got it. You got it. Yes, Beverly?
Yeah.
Very important. Never lift your arms. Always move through your arms. Always, always, always. You got it. Then, let me see what else that we did today that it was very, very important. Let me see. That was good. Very, very good. Then in the outflowing wave, what you're learning is that by the time you get to the outflowing wave, by the time you touch in the plane that correspond to the outflowing wave, let me see if I'll do it from here. I don't know if you can see it. The camera distorts, but the plane of the right and the left and me and my hip will be right here, right? That will be the right and the left of my hip. Now, look where my fingers are when you get to crown. It's like a foot away from the plane of right and left. Yeah?
Yeah.
The plane of right and left here in my fingers, the reason that my fingers are 1 foot away from the plane of 180 degree is because if I go 180 degree with my arms, I'm going to be behind in my spine. You know, I'm going to be very straight, but I'm going to be completely contracted back. I'm not the center anymore. So the plane in which the center of crown is actually the center of your hip, but it's also the center of your head inside of the matrix, 1 foot away, more or less. So the planes in which you're moving in space is what is giving you the center of your body and vice versa. So you're using the planes that you're moving. That's what you're discovering. Yeah, what plane am I going to be moving in space? Yeah. So in that sense, you're using another aspect of yourself, which is your intelligence. They tell you, okay, I'm going to fit myself inside of a space, but I can't just do it in the planes like front and back and right and left in relation to two-dimensional planes. It has to be, in order to have 180 degrees right and left and front and back, my arms have to go into another plane to really be able to touch that point. So, like I say, not going to go to heaven and not going to go all the way back there. The plane in which heaven exists in the center of my heart, it exists because the arms are going to another plane in space that correspond to that centering. It's not like everything is flat. That's the plane. And once you discover the plane and the form, you always go to the plane. You just don't use the body at all. You encounter the plane and let your body adjust inside of the planes. So your skeleton is constantly expanding. It doesn't contract to define the form. Yeah, you're doing it. It's fantastic. You're doing very, very good.
The energy just feels so open.
Oh, open, completely
Yeah.
open.
Instead of being out there, it's all connected.
All connected, yes. And you're discovering that the internal and the external is what is giving you the true sensation of opening. So it's not like I'm opening, it's just that the coming and the going equal is the opening of you. So it's a little different, yeah, in that sense.
Staying in the center. You're staying in the center at all times inside of you. And it is also the outer of you.
Exactly. The true inside of you is also the outer of you.
So
Yeah.
your being is staying center in the inside.
Always, because yourself is the center.
Well,
You, the real you, not the mind, not the feeling, not my body. The real me is the center of everything. So that's the reason that the free senses, the body, the energy, and the space help me until eventually I get, oh, I see. I exist inside of the free dimensions. I exist inside of that field. And then when I am inside of myself, everything outside is the same as the inside. And the inside is the same as the outside. And that's it. You got it. Yeah. Beautiful. Fantastic.
But I don't have to go outside to see the inside.
No, the only way you can get from the out to the real outside is through the inside. It's very difficult to try to get from the outside and the inside, because the true definition of what outside means can only come from the inside of you. It will never come from the outside.
Yes, in other words, we are the world we live in, and it's here.
Always present with you.
Always
You-
present.
With you. You
inside.
you are the presence of all things. It doesn't exist as an idea of mind. If you are the one who brings the outer world and the inner world into one. You are that's what it was from the beginning and always will be. And now you're learning to do that. Okay, you're doing good. Wonderful. So, and okay, fantastic. I love it. I'm sorry we're a little bit more.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, it's fantastic. This was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
I love it. I
Fantastic.
love it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're gonna schedule